Carragher says to me, just don't do what I done. Don't listen to him, tell him to. And he would go off his head. Do I feel at 17, 18, 19, do I feel like I'm better than Harry Kane? I would have said absolutely. If I had 10 one-on-ones with the goalie and so did Messi, I think I'd score more. I was advised wrong. I was very much advised wrong. Light one, there you go. Yeah. I was mentally bullied. Good. Nunes. I remember sitting in Melwood, in the car park in my car, crying my eyes out. It's wrong to say it, my dreams probably just died that day. Because yeah, I always wanted to be a footballer, but I wanted to be a footballer for Liverpool. My lip could go now.
Like you, I thought Alisson Becker was the safest pair of hands around. But no, it's Surfshark. The perfect companion for when you're travelling to a European away game in the Champions League this year. Or even use Surfshark at home when you're trying to watch your favourite films, TV series or football matches from another country. Surfshark will bounce your IP address to a chosen location in the world in the safest way possible, meaning all your personal information is securely locked away. There's over 3,200 different servers to choose from and over 100 countries available to bounce your location to, so you can watch Copa America, the Euros, pre-season and even the Premier League from wherever you are with ease. Blocking ads, keeping your personal data private and even securing you discounts on trains, flights, hotel bookings and rental cars. In fact, there's really not much that Surfshark can't do, apart from this. Top left.
Oh yes.
Oh my word.
Oh, it just ended there, man.
Bro.
Oh my God.
Cut. Try Surfshark now by using the code Kop TV and get your money back within 30 days if you're not happy. I can't see it personally when you've got online privacy from hackers, unlimited devices, 24/7 customer support. All you need to do is click the link in the description now to get involved. You can't go wrong. Vamos. Yes guys, welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stan. Now look who is with me today. A former LFC player, Adam Morgan joins the Kop TV. How
Thanks for having me. Really good, thank you, really good. Looking forward to today.
Yeah, listen, we've been speaking about this for a while. We've been looking forward to it. Make sure you absolutely smash that like button, get your comments in of Adam Morgan and then subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I've been really looking forward to this, bro, because I think I first came across you, I'm going to say 2010, 11, you know, big LFC TV watcher. You were all over it. You joined Liverpool at 5, you left at 19. So much happened in that 15-year period. Played for the first team, scored in pre-season. I remember being at the Hearts game at Anfield 2012. Your name was on the team sheet and I'm sitting next to my auntie Lorraine in the main stand, and she went, that Adam Morgan's playing today. He's a belter, I've seen him in reserves and that. And I said, oh, I know all about him. First 5 minutes, Adam, I'm thinking, if VAR was around,
I'm off
straight away,
mate. Definitely.
Really?
Definitely.
Talk to me about that moment, right? You're walking out, you're hearing the Kop sing, You Never Walk Alone. All the hard years of sacrifice and work that goes into it. What was that moment like walking out?
Unbelievable. So like, talking back about the moment, we've got a great start to this, for this. So as we're warming up, I'm looking around thinking, you know, I've warmed up in under 21 game at Anfield, under 18s games at Anfield, and how this was different. So we're out there and we're doing like the shooting practice in the Kop and all that. So as we're walking back down, Carragher says to me, just don't do what I done. So I knew, because I'm Liverpool born and bred, so I knew. He got booked after 20 seconds. So he said, just don't do what I do. So he's trying to, obviously what he was trying to do is calm my nerves. So then obviously we go further down. So obviously as Gerrard and Carragher both know what it's like to be a Scouser, I was absolutely terrified, but excited, ready to go. So you go in, you have the jackets on to walk out. Everyone else doing their own thing, putting the table. I'm ready there, sat jacket on, ready to go. You know what I mean? Pumped up 5 minutes, 6 minutes before we go.
Yeah.
Then just as before we left the tunnel, so obviously Suarez is starting that day as well. So I'm like, this is mad. But to be honest with you, I felt like I deserved my chance that day. But then as we're walking out, Gerrard says to me, if he has a go at you for the ball and you can do something yourself, don't listen to him, tell him to. I would never have done that, but that just gave me the confidence that, look, you've got two people just like you. Obviously they're well better than me, but I'm saying you've got two people on the pitch who know where you come from, know what this means, and you've got your back. So just them, they won't even remember that, but them making them two comments to me helped me kind of settle in. And then I was walking out, I said to Kells, I was playing on the right, I said to Kells, Martin Kelly, I said, lad, just give me a touch early and I'm just going to pop it straight back to you.
So it's out the way then?
Absolutely. But then as I've walked out, my agent at the time, he'd got all my family in the box, right in the halfway line, so I'm walking out to the right, give them a wave, and then, look, smiling now, thinking about it, what a day. It was even the whole day of it. The whole day it was tremendous. And if I could bottle one moment, it wouldn't be actually in the game. It'd be that, probably the warm-up, getting ready to go, thinking, mate, I'm about to start for the Reds here. And like you said, I was there from 5 years old. So I'd been through the lot. I'd seen the academy when it was unbelievable. I'd seen the academy when it was struggling a little bit. So I'd just been part of that process. And for me, you're saying you're a product of your environment, that's all I knew. So that's all I know, and that's where, as we'll come on to later, that's where I struggled, because that's all I knew.
Honestly, the journey is incredible. I mean, every kid, especially growing up around here, wants to play for the Reds. You did it. You mentioned Gerrard, Suarez, Carragher, all these names. I mean, everyone compared you to Robbie Fowler as well, coming through the academy. Can you remember that moment in training when you first jump up to first team training? Can you remember that look or that wrapped pass that Stevie's whipped in? What was your touch like? Do you remember thinking, I know I have to impress Stevie and Carragher, that's what everyone says. But then did you feel like other players, the Suarez's, etc., looked at you and thought, yeah, he's ready?
I think so. I think, you know what, honestly, from when I went in pre-season, so I just went up on the first day of pre-season, this season we was going to America.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd kind of used to go up on international break when Gerrard and that was away. So, you know, the older lads who had retired from there, or, you know, the lads who hadn't been picked for international, I used to train with them a lot, so that was fine. I was comfortable with them, you know what I mean? But then, you always knew, I want to be in with the superstars. Yeah. And then, that day in pre-season, I remember we getting to the academy, obviously same venue now, but it was different at the time. That drive from the academy to Melwood is the 8 minutes or something it takes. Honest to God, you're nervous. You want to get there as quick as possible without getting arrested, you know what I mean? But when you get in there, and that first session, I can't lie, I was really on fire. I was on fire, and I'm a good runner, so I was always in the middle of the running, and then obviously just being around them, it was so tough to feel calm. It was so, because like they're my heroes and always have been my heroes. And I think my career would have gone a lot different if I'd have went to an Arsenal, a Man City and Everton, because it wouldn't have bothered me.
Like a Franny Jeffers almost.
Absolutely, because for me it was like, I would never ever demand the ball off Gerrard, ever. Do you know what I mean? And that's, you should do them kind of things as a young lad. And that's why I think now, people who come from the Londons or the foreign players, it's just, yeah, they know who these people are, but they're not their actual heroes. And like, if Steven Gerrard, Jamie Carragher said good morning to me, it'd make my whole day. I'd ring my dad, he said morning to me there. I know it sounds childish, but it's so true. And years later, obviously when I became a man, I was obviously a man at 18, but when I became a man more, I seen Gerrard on holiday, I told him this, and he was like, lad, I know what it's like. He knows the presence that he has and how many people think that he's his hero. And he couldn't have been better with me, and neither could Carragher. But just for them to say a couple of words to me every morning, it settled you right down, and then eventually got easier to go in, but still never ever fully settled.
But when he's like fizzed it in training, because we've heard of the standard that he sets for the rest of the lads in training, Carragher as well, more vocally, but Gerrard led by example. Do you specifically remember that first pass or the first involvement where he's given you that nod to say, yeah, well in, lad?
No, not so much Stevie, but I remember, it's not Stevie wrapping the pass into me, but what I remember is my first goal past Pepe Reina, and it was a bullet header out of nowhere in training. And I remember, it was like the Scousers team versus, so we had Carragher, Gerrard, Jack Robinson, Flanagan, all on the same team. Someone's whipped the ball in, and I've just got my head to it, and it flew in the corner past Pepe, and Gerrard gave me an high five. So that's one of the things I remember. And like, where you knew Carragher was dead loud and that, he'd be like, yes lad, yes lad. So just hearing that stuff and getting an high five off the skipper was unbelievable. So that's probably the first thing I really remember where I thought, he's happy with that goal. He's happy with that goal.
Yeah.
It was a bullet though.
Yeah. You mentioned Carragher, he was always, from what you've said in previous interviews, seemed like your older bro, someone to put an arm around you as a Scouser. You know, he knew that you'd be asking for tickets, knew that you'd want a bit of a helping hand in situations. You know, what was that like growing up, seeing him come through the academy and playing, but then almost him looking out for you more than anyone else because you're a Scouser, right? If you were from Birmingham, he probably wouldn't care that much, with all due respect, you know
Absolutely,
what I
I agree. It's just, with the Carragher situation, it was, my dad and his dad knew each other. So, but I didn't know this till I was 16. So I didn't know that they knew each other. We used to go to match. My dad would have tickets and then I'd be going, and this would be like all the lads would be going. So this went on for about 2 or 3 years, and obviously, like, you know, fellas go different ways and all that. He lived one end with that, so they was friends. But I didn't know. And then, like, I used to think, this fella, man, he's always nice to me. I love this fella, blah, 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 about Carragher, obviously. And then that was the sole reason why I ran to him in pre-season, because I celebrated like the World Cup final, because that was my World Cup final. And he knew the way, there's a picture of him, isn't there, where he stood up embracing me. And that was because of, I wanted to thank him for making me feel so comfortable on all them tours and always in training. You know, mate, he'd give you a hard time if you weren't doing it properly. But honestly, Carragher was unbelievable with me. And even when we was young, like, he'd always go out to his way for me. Like, but I didn't know. He used to make a beeline for me, for example, and be like, yes. And he used to call me Morgo all the time. I used to be like, wow.
Got your own little nickname.
Yeah. So like,
Carragher.
and then obviously, I played alongside him for a little while. So, and then obviously, you reveal how they know each other, and then the dads are mates. But it was kept from me for years. So, yeah, I couldn't thank Carragher enough. And like you're saying, he was the more kind of one where, in the end, I had approached with a little bit no fear. Even though he was just as much of my hero as Gerrard. Gerrard had that. Just even Gerrard, isn't it?
Yeah. In training, Luis Suarez, I got to talk about him. I mean, what can you say about the fella? In my opinion, in the last 10 years, including his time at Liverpool, I'll put my neck on the line and say, in my era, and I'm the same era as you, I think he's the best striker I've ever seen in my life. And when people do the whole Suarez, Gerrard, Torres thing, for me it's always Suarez. What he did on a pitch, I don't think I'll ever see another Liverpool player do. People come and go. We've had Coutinho, we've had some players that get you off your feet. But in training, what was the maddest thing he did where you thought, how am I supposed to get in the team ahead of that, basically?
It's hard to pick one thing. So my biggest thing with Suarez was, and this is the gospel truth, he would play Man United on a Sunday. So what you'd call them, the bomb squad. Obviously I was only young, but the bomb squad would train on the Monday while they'd do recovery. Okay. Suarez would still train. So he could have just scored a hat-trick against Man United at Old Trafford. He would then want to do the full session the next day. He wouldn't do recovery. They used to have to force him. So they'd let him do, the first 60 minutes of the session. And then when we'd having the game, they'd say, right, Louis, in. And he would go off his head. What do you think I'm, like, basically in his language, do you think I'm doing all this and not playing in the game at the end? Mate, you've just played 90 minutes, scored a hat-trick yesterday at Old Trafford, for example. Mate, you need to have a rest. But that was my wow moment with Luis Suarez. Obviously, everyone could say, look, the nutmegs, the great goals, either foot. What I used to love is he done this once thing, and every fan will have seen it. He's been on the edge of the box, and he's nutmegged one, nutmegged two, and done outside of his right foot, right into the stanchion. And the whole place kind of just stopped. You know when you have that moment of silence, it was like,
was it West Brom God. At Anfield?
No, in training he'd done this, but he's done it. He's done it countless times. He's done.
So in training, you're all going, save it for Saturday.
That's it. But like it was regular. He would do it, and you know these things when he bounced off, he'd mean it. He'd mean to bounce it off someone. He's a street footballer, weren't he? But the one I remember, the comparison where I'd have to the goal in training is the one where he robbed someone in Norwich away, nutmegged them, and then went outside. But he nutmegged two people. It was just like,
who got megged?
I think it's probably two of the young lads, but I can't remember. I don't want to throw anyone in the bus because I'd be lying. I don't want to know. Don't know, but he was doing this on a regular basis, and he was what you call the most person I've seen is he hates losing. He was the biggest winner I've ever seen. Yeah. But what a nice fella. So obviously all that went on. It's hard for me to speak openly and say, look, I know Luis Suarez, like, because I feel embarrassed saying it.
Yeah, but if he came in here now,
of course, and I've been around him, and yeah, I do know him, but it's like to see Luis Suarez up that close and to see what he used to do, but then also the little bit of slack that he used to get. He was the nicest fella in the whole world, a family man, always looked after me. I had to go as you know, the Uruguayan thing, the mate ones, yeah. And I was doing it as a joke to get a picture, and he walked in, and he was laughing his head off, just put his head. He said, "No, go, carry on," and all that. But like, that's what I'm saying. So I was like that, laughing, joking. But when he caught me, you think, oh. And he was saying, no, and he was laughing.
He's probably happy that you're embracing his culture and stuff like that.
So then I used to just have a little, I used to hate it, to be honest. But I used to have a go with him every, like, when he went there, or he'd just have a little bit of laugh and joke with it. But genius of a footy player. And honestly, lovely fella, lovely family man he was. So for me, there's not a bad word I can say about Luis Suarez.
I love that, man. And growing up, before you maybe got your Liverpool debut, you were playing many games for the England under 17s, under 18s. You played with Harry Kane at one stage. You know, a lot of loan moves to Leicester. He was at Norwich, he was at Millwall, Leyton Orient, I think. When you saw him at that point in both of your career points, be honest, were you in your head thinking, I'm better than this? I knew he was going to say that. At the time, yeah. At the time, like, and again, it sounds embarrassing to say now. It's not embarrassing, mate. You were there, you did it.
Yeah, no, at the time, if you would have asked me, do I feel at 17, 18, 19, do I feel like I'm better than Harry Kane, I would have said absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that was one, my self-confidence in myself. But it's scary. I say to the kids now, and I a little bit mean it, and I say, look, if I had 10 one-on-ones with the goalie, and so did Messi, I think I'd score more. But that's just my confidence. And I say, obviously, I know I wouldn't. But that was my mindset at the time. So, did I think I was better than Harry Kane? 17, 18, 19, I thought I was the best striker in the country.
Yeah, and obviously you grew up around Raheem Sterling at that time as well. When you look at these guys now and what they've achieved, and obviously Harry Kane, you know, captain of England, do you look at them and think, that could have been me? Or do you look at them and think, you know, I played with these guys, they know me, it's great to have that experience. How far up does it go for you? Yeah, I think a few years ago, I used to think this could have been me. And I had all the ability, like you're saying, but, you know, they had something different to me, their mindset. But my mindset was so strong at the time. But then, it was more when I left Liverpool, which I'm sure we'll come on to, but I got kicked that many times that my confidence went. But at Liverpool, I weren't good enough to play every week for the first team. Absolutely no qualms in that, not ashamed of that. But when I look at then the journey, could I went on loan a few times like Harry Kane? Raheem Sterling was born with a star on his head. If he wanted to be a world-class chef, he would have. The international rapper, he would have been. He was just born to be a star. With me, it was like, I was from Liverpool. And it's so hard to describe how difficult that is. Being from Liverpool, that's what I'm saying, I'm from a road down there. Drive down there in the minute you see it, man. I'm from Torry, a kid from Torry in Aylwood. I didn't know what all this was about. And it was really difficult to maintain that mindset all of the time without getting a little bit carried away. And I'm not talking about flashy stuff, because that would never be me. But I'm saying, in your own head, to think, that was the feeling all the time. I've got to do this, rather than just settling down. And I think if I would have got more experience going out on loans, and, you know, failing a couple of times, I know Harry Kane didn't do great on all his loans, and then I've had one manager who thinks, you know what, I've never seen anyone finish like this kid, or Robbie Fowler said, I've never seen a finisher like this. If I'd have been given that time, then maybe. But, and I would be lying if you don't think about it, of course you do. But am I happy with how my life is now? Absolutely. And that's what's the key, man. Everyone in this life chases happiness. If you're happy doing whatever you're doing, no one can ever chat to you. Talking about when you left Liverpool, and we'll get on to the loan moves and, you know, further on down the line after. Do you remember that moment where, for the first time after 15 years, you weren't going back to Melwood? Do you remember, almost like, you know, when Pingu's got that stick with the little bag on the end of his stick? Do you remember that feeling of going, maybe I'll be back, but for now, this is me gone? That was one of the toughest moments I've ever had.
And like, look, I could go now. My lip could go now. So I wear my heart on my sleeve. But thinking about that, I remember sitting in Melwood, in the car park in my car, crying my eyes out, saying this could possibly be the last time I ever drive back in. And I could honestly say I've been back once. So, you know, it was one of the last times I've ever been back. And it was like, it felt like someone had just died. And it's wrong to say, my dreams probably just died that day. Because yeah, I always wanted to be a footballer, but I wanted to be a footballer for Liverpool. And I wanted to be Liverpool's number 9, and I wanted to be, have the Kop sing my name, and I wanted to be the next Robbie Fowler. And then that realisation of, and like I said earlier, I didn't know any difference, ever. So, ever. And it was like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? And bearing in mind, the last thing on my mind was, but bearing in mind, I was going on more money, and I was going to play in the Championship. I didn't care. That was my home. That was my home, and it always had been my home. And sitting in my car that day after being told by Brendan Rodgers, and my agent at the time.
Was it him that told you? Yeah.
Yeah. It was him, and
that must have been tough, man.
It was impossible. Honestly, it was like someone had just died. It was, and like you said, I go back to it now, just thinking about it. I don't like to go back to it. I try now live in the present, because for many years I lived in the past. And I made some wrong decisions along the way to numb the pain and you know what I'm saying, and oof, yeah, tough one to think about. Tough one to think about, to be honest.
And honestly, the respect that I've got for you to be able to, you know, sit on a pitch with me like this and we talk about it. I love the honesty. When you left Liverpool, and it's a bit of a weird one for me personally, because you went to Yeovil. Funnily enough, my dad used to play for Yeovil, so I think you're the only player. I call them my two teams.
Yeah.
You're the only player that's played for both.
You're in the Green Army as well, aren't
yeah, Hewish Park and
that.
Slanted pitch. I truly believe in football, and again, I wasn't alive when my dad played football, but I've learnt enough about football. I've spent enough time with people like yourself to understand the game backstage a little bit. And I truly believe that sometimes in your career you can get really unlucky, and your future could be based off the opinion of one man. And I truly believe that when you went to Yeovil, you were massively unfairly treated. You never got a fair crack at a whip. You almost had a target on your back, because look at this kid coming from Liverpool, who does he think he is? But that's not your fault.
Yeah.
Right? So I also understand that there was an offer from Leicester on the table, a 3-year contract, and the 3rd year would have been the year they won the league.
Yeah.
So when you talk about sliding doors, when you talk about going down the wrong path, or one person has made a decision which, when you look back in 10 years, you think, if I'd have just gone with that decision, I really do believe that you've been so unlucky, bro. I'll be honest with you.
And that's what it is. And like saying, that decision shaped my whole life, because you're saying you could have went one way. And again, like, no matter what anyone could have said, if I would have signed for Leicester on that day, I would have been a Leicester City player.
I think
when
you
you
would
won
have
the
been
Premier League.
Personally, with your trajectory,
I was on fire.
You would have been
I was on absolute fire. So obviously I'd been in and around the first team, and like I said, that's fine. I weren't good enough to play for Liverpool, no problem. But at the time, did they believe I was good enough to play for Leicester? Yeah. Did they believe I was good enough to play for Yeovil? Yeah. My plan was, right, Liverpool had a buyback clause on me, so I thought, that's getting activated. I couldn't tell you how much it was. You know what I mean? It was over £1 million, but they had a buyback clause on me. So I thought, that was my mindset at the time. I'm going to score that many goals that you're going to buy me back, and I'll come back. And like saying, my dad loves Liverpool. Saying, look, Ian Rush went there. And like, I know it sounds mad to say now, but that's what it was. That's the conversations were in my house. Look, if we do this, so as a family, we've always made decisions together. Always. Like, I only have the banking app on my phone this year. I didn't ever have a banking app on my phone. My family was my team.
That's great though that you've had that, bro.
My family
don't get that.
My family was my team, and it's so tough to not now. Like, my dad says, imagine that you would have went there, lad. And I know, lad. But hindsight's a funny thing, and again, it's tough to say. I don't want to be ironing anyone out either. So it's like, I was advised wrong. I was very much advised wrong. Advised wrong.
You were.
But like she's saying, not by my family, because I didn't have someone who'd done this before me.
What did your dad say? Where did he want you to go?
Wherever I was going to play and be happy.
Right.
So he didn't. So he's saying, now my nephew, for example, my nephew's 10 years old. He will be a football player. He's amazing. But if he ever struggles, he's got his uncle Adam to say, look, mate, when it's going really well, how are you meant to feel? When a decision comes, wait, lad, have a think about this. If it's going bad, how can you pick yourself up? I didn't have that. So I couldn't have went to anybody and said, look, this is the situation. How do you handle this? Or what's the best way to go about this? So looking back now, I promise you, I wanted to go to Leicester. I wanted to go to Leicester. But he said to me, Nigel Pearson, he said, you'll be training with the first team, probably play for the 23s, being around the bench. The Oval manager then said to me, you'll start on Saturday. But I wanted to go to Leicester. Nothing was different, exactly the same contract, exactly the same. And I had Carlisle as well, which was a league below, no offence to them, but I wanted to stay high.
And that was Yeovil's only ever season in the Championship as well, by the way. I think your debut was a 3-0 win at Watford.
3-0 Watford, I thought this is easy, this, mate.
Bloody hell, they've only just got promoted and they're beating Watford away 3-0.
And if Ishmael Miller weren't in my way, I would have scored on my debut at Vicarage Road there. But see, looking back now, I can smile about these, because I made some amazing memories at Yeovil.
Your memories are just, you know, Yeovil, all the other clubs
even
that you've played
friends for life at Yeovil I've got. But with the manager side of things is, I was treated so bad. I was mentally bullied. And I really was. I was made to train on my own for no reason.
I hate it when I hear stuff like that.
And honest to God, like, whoever knows me or this, they'll tell you I'm not shy of coming forward. So if I'd made a mistake and I'd done something to offend the manager, any of the bad directors, if I'd been going out too much or anything like that, I'd be the first to throw my hands up now. Or I'd have done it 10 years ago. I didn't do anything. As you know then, there's nothing. You can't get in trouble in Yeovil. Do you get me? So
unless you vandalise a bus stop or something.
Absolutely, yeah, or have a wee outside the cinema or something, do you know what I mean? But, and that's what I'm saying. For example, with that Neo, I went there once at the last day of the season, the day before we go up. I didn't used to go out. And that's what I'm saying is, it's hard now, being a fully grown man, and he's saying, I like to have a pint sometimes on a Saturday after footy, but it's like, I hadn't always done that. So I was starting to live my like childhood from like 27,
right?
Because people haven't seen me in a dark room, heartbroken, you know, taking it out on the people I love, taking it out on my mum, taking it out on my dad and my sister, and it took me a very long time to get out of a dark place. Everyone could put a mask on. I used to put a mask on everywhere, But now I'm so content in my life with my girlfriend and my family and my job, that now I use that as a positive now to try and help these kids, because genuinely, hand on my heart, I want to help these kids. So for example, I had a young lad yesterday and he's asked me not to mention it to anyone, but a young lad, 15, but he's kind of close to me, he's at a top club. And he said to me, look, I need your advice on something. I'm kind of fourth in line in my position, I've got an injury, my head's gone. So I spoke to him for 10-15 minutes. And then he texted me this morning to thank me. And that to me is now a win. Do you know what I mean? So I'm never going to play in the Premier League again, but I'm going to play this season. I'm going to play this season now, like competitive football again, and I'm buzzing for it, you know, can't wait.
Well, I'm coming to a game.
Therefore, we play Widnes, so it's a nice stadium as well.
I am there, trust me. All the loans that happened after that, all the clubs, including the hat-trick for Curzon Ashton against Wimbledon.
That's my second team. That's my second team.
The first goal, I mean, Jesus Christ, that's at least 32, 33 yards out. Yeah. It's flown in. All strikers' finishes, there's a header. Was it a perfect hat-trick?
No, so I got, 2 left footers and a header. Okay. But that first goal, the reason why I done it, obviously I was aiming for the corner. Yeah. But what I wanted him to do, because he was an older centre-half, I wanted him to be tight to me so I could spin. So I thought, if he's giving me space now, I'm just going to shoot. So he thinks, you leave me in space, I'm going to shoot every time. So then he'll come tight to me, so then I can get him behind. Then it just went in the top corner. I mean, mate said to me, 50 quid, Robbie Keane celebration, so that's why I done the cartwheel. The worst cartwheel in the history.
Did you not do that?
I didn't do the gun saves man towards the camera. I thought I forgot how to celebrate on the cameras at that time. But no, that was an amazing day.
Is that the best goal you've ever scored?
No, Man City, in the halfway line, I'd say. For Liverpool, the under-21s were it. That was probably my favourite one. But that I
heard a lot about that goal. I've seen it on LFC.
But my favourite goal would have been the third one against Wimbledon, because obviously to complete a hat-trick live on BT Sport in the FA Cup, and as obviously you won't have seen, but as the camera slows down on the replay, you see all my family there just jumping up, do you know what I mean?
Love
Family
that.
and friends. So, yeah, off the top of my head, that would be my favourite goal. Probably it's not the most, it's from 8 yards out, tapped it in.
It was a good finish though, because you had to deal with it. It was coming at you quickly.
I used to be able to finish. I don't know, we'll see at the end if I can
we'll
finish
see.
now, do you know
we
what I
are
mean?
doing a practice drill to see how I get on. But you're coaching now, like you say, you're giving advice to the kids. They absolutely buzz off you. They look up to you. You know, you can whip out a picture of you and Suarez so the kids think, Jesus, we better listen to him, you know? How's that going for you? What's the future of it? And I know you mentioned you still want to play. At a 30, is there still a chance that you could maybe go up a few leagues even still?
I'd like to think so. I would like to think so, and I think where the business is at the minute now, we've got myself and 4 coaches, so it's 5 of us, and kind of obviously I'm at the head of it, and I've worked so hard. You have, honestly. I work 7 days a week at the minute, and it causes problems. It causes problems at home, like, because I'm never there. But I'm trying to build now something. I'm one of these people of, if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it properly. So like you're saying, people will laugh this, but I'd done this 75-day challenge. There was never a doubt in my mind that I would do it. So it was like training twice a day, only drink water, blah, blah, blah. And I like love a Red Bull, love chocolate, love sweets. But then just change that I can do it. When I get my mind set on something, I won't quit until it's done. So my vision that I've got now is to include everyone in the city. So we're fairly priced and give everyone an opportunity to, whether that's with me or one of my other 4 coaches who are also brilliant lads as well. And I think to build an environment and build a team. So I don't want to be a boss, I want to be a leader. So I think a boss dictates and yeah, you do that, you do that, you do that, rather than let's do this together. If you can't do it, let's find a solution together. And the vast amount of kids that come in, honestly, no one's just thought, right, get up and go. So I wouldn't say no one's ever been in for one session, thought, right, that's it. You know, we like to create longevity, and all I ask for from the kids is loads of listening, loads of smile and consistency. So don't blame me if your boots are, don't blame your dad or your mum if your boots are dirty. It's your responsibility. So accountability for themselves, and then let us do our job. We know this is, we're not performing open heart surgery. You know what I'm saying? I've seen sessions from, like you're saying, 5 years old all the way up to first team level, and I just try and implement. I try and be the coach that I always wanted and had. I had that, by the way. I had some tremendous coaches, but I'm not one of these people. So if you're 9 years old, and whether this is right or wrong, and if you miss and you shout a word that maybe you shouldn't, that's fine, no problem at all, because that's the Scouse mentality. You win at all costs. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, if a kid, I would never. My job is never to take the Scouse out of a kid. That's one of my goals. You know? Never take the Scouse out of a kid, because Shane, imagine Wayne Rooney without his aggression that he had, Joey Barton without his aggression he had, Steven Gerrard, all of them. You know, the list goes on, of course. But Scousers have a mentality of you win at all costs, and you always work your plums off. And I would never ever want to take that fire or fierceness out of a kid. So you're saying if he curses, no problem. If as long as not one of the coaches disrespectfully, if he misses something or makes a mistake and says something, no problem. Obviously, like, lad, less of that. But I wouldn't then go and speak to the parents. He needs to stop that. No, that's what I'm saying. We're building generational players, hopefully, where that fire in your belly's got to be there. And you know if it doesn't hurt, if you make 10 mistakes, football maybe not for you.
That's it. So listen, I'd still like to see you playing. You know, you're only 30, you've still got years on the clock. I'd love to see you go into punditry. This is just, you know, it's no advice, but this is just from a selfish point of view what I'd like. You know, use your contacts, bro. All these people that you've played with, you've had connections with. I think you'd be, you know, remiss not to use them, man.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I also know your side of it, which is, do you want to put your neck on the line like that? But listen, that's
I
how
love
the world
this.
goes round.
This is what I love. So, like you're saying, I love me coaching. I love me playing, and I love being in front of the camera. I do. I like you're saying, I'm not scared to give my opinion on anything and stuff like that. But this is what I know now. This is what I was born for. And like, feel like I've had 2 lives. So that ended there. But now I feel like a kid again. I get excited to get up and go to work. I get excited with stuff like this. Obviously, we know each other anyway, but I get excited to stuff like this, and you know. But it's so scary when you have to put your neck on the line, and like you're saying, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. I'm very fortunate that I do know a lot of people, but like I said to you off the camera before, I like to focus on one thing, because if I try and do too many things at once, all the cards fall down. And I've seen it now to myself. You know when you know yourself now? I start overthinking things, and then I like to give 100% to everything I do. And that's whether it's a 4-year-old kid, or we've had 2 Blackburn pros in this week, Samir pros in. So I'm a chameleon on stuff like that. So when I want to do things, I want to do it 100%.
I love to hear that, man. And I do believe whatever you put your mind to, you will excel. Talking about the current team, right? You've just said off camera you're really excited for next season. You're thinking we can do really well. Listen, I'm a positive Liverpool fan. I always back the boys. I'm not one of these people that, you know, shouts and screams for no reason. But I do feel a bit of the unknown going into this season.
That's exciting, though.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Right? Someone said to me the other day, "You nervous?" I said, "I'm not nervous. I just don't know what I don't know what I am." Obviously, as the games come around in pre-season, we'll get excited. But what are your expectations for Arne Slot and the Tricky Reds this year?
I love his style of football. So I love that kind of football for me, and I'm so excited because lighting it up might not be the right word, but Gakpo's had a great tournament. You know, Núñez has been. Yeah. I've seen the Bolivia game. He should have scored 5, but he's on the score sheet, and I think now
Diaz, McAllister,
all of them have like. So I don't know if you seen this morning on the news. Trent's teacher, he said he wants England to lose 2-1, Van Dijk to score, Gakpo to score, and then Trent to get an equal, a consolation. So no, all the lads have been doing really well, and for me, like you're saying, that style of football I think is going to suit Liverpool. We love it, don't we? We're going to follow them either way, but like. What was fascinating for me, another story the other day, is as we were sitting here now with Fabio Borini, and to get an insight on his mindset on the football. So like what I'd be so interested to is what's the mindset like of the players this year? Are they worried? Or are they excited? So like I said, I'm so excited for the season, because I want to see how Trent responds. I want to see what Núñez is going to be like. You know, Shane, we've seen the young centre-half, you know, get kept because he's done well in pre-season. So this fella's got a plan, and we've got to give him time to implement it. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the season.
I think when that pre-season game comes around against Arsenal, Man United, and then it's obviously United away, 3rd game of the season, Ipswich away, 12:30. They've even changed the time of the Sevilla game at Anfield on the 11th of August to be a 12:30. So they're ready. It was quite clever, that.
That's what they do that a lot now, don't they, though?
Yeah.
So a lot of the teams don't normally train now on a Thursday and a Friday till 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So the body clock and...
It's used to it.
But that's what it's gone into. That would never have happened when I was there, you know what I mean?
Being a number 9 yourself, when you look at Darwin Núñez, and as we all have, I've been his biggest supporter. He could bend down on the bench and tie his shoelaces, and I'd be going, no. I'm one of them crazy mad geezers at a game. When you're watching him miss these chances, are you saying, well, at least he's getting them?
Absolutely.
At least he's getting these chances. The rest can be worked on, the rest you can sharpen up.
Definitely.
I mean, at one point, I remember saying, get Robbie Fowler in, and just...
That's it.
Just, do you know what I mean? How do we unlock Darwin Núñez to his full potential?
And that's what I'm saying. Me talking about Núñez as a number 9, I'm not trying to give Núñez, like, you need to do this and that. But Núñez isn't a natural finisher. Núñez has got all the attributes. He's kind of just missing the field, the fox in the box, where I'm going to be in this position. He gets in the positions by using his pace, by using his, you know, quick thinking. But for me, like you're saying, talking as a fan, he just blasts everything. Like you're saying, Robbie Fowler would show him that in 20 minutes, do you know what I mean? And I think he had a little spell where I thought he scored 2 or 3 in a row, and I thought, he's been doing something different, because he was just getting everything as well. What about the chip at Brentford, was it?
I was at that game, right?
Chip
so he's gone through, and I'm like
It's
this.
not
I'm
a chip
like
either, is it? Do you
I'm
know
going,
what I mean?
oh, what's he? I'm going, please. As he's walked right, I'm going, please. And then I've seen the ball go up, and I was right at the other end, and I've seen it go up over the bar, and I've gone, you fucking idiot. And then it's dipped down and gone in, and I'm like, nah, this guy's too much. Like, I don't know what's coming next, because if he scored those 25 big chances that he missed last season, we'd be talking about a 50-goal striker.
That's it.
Who
He's
would
hit the
just be
bar,
like,
he hit the bar 4 times in one game.
Must be a record.
Something like that. I think it was. I think it was.
4
Wait,
times,
Chelsea, weren't it? I think it was.
Yeah. We won 4-1, luckily.
Conor Bradley game was that? Yeah. So,
and he missed a pen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, hit the post on the pen, didn't he? I'm excited to see Nunes. They say I'm a massive fan of him. I think he's got a little bit of Suarez in him, man.
He does.
You know, he's got a little bit, you know what I mean? But it's like...
It's on the Mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big thing to say. Love McAllister. Soboslai kind of simmered off, but I think he'll come back refreshed.
He has to go big now, yeah.
I think so, and I think now it's like, we've had a bit of, sorry, can I do that? Yes, sorry. You have that bit in the first season, don't you, where I didn't realise this, and again, going back to Fabio Borini, he was here with us the other day, and I said to him, lad, can I ask you a question about, well, I've got 2 questions. I said, lad, what size are them boots? And he said, well, what size are you? I said, 7, 8, 9 or 10, and he gave me them, so I made up, there was my first question too. No, but I said to him, lad, listen, I said, this sounds a little bit cringy, I said, but as a man, mate, now, I said, I didn't never feel comfortable asking you these kinds of questions. How was your mindset, like, coming from Chelsea into Liverpool, to AC Milan, like, blah, blah, blah.
Mad clubs he's played for.
Yeah, and he was like, he said, my friend, I'll be honest with you, he said, I squeezed everything out of my ability. He said, but upstairs, I said, did it bother you, like, going to different teams and seeing these stars? He was like, I had single mentality. He said, my ability, good. He said, but I squeezed everything out of it. He said, but then, that's why I've succeeded.
And he's still playing now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in the Championship in Italy.
Yeah.
He said, there's players far better than me, he said, but my mindset was better than theirs. And that's what it all comes down to, in between the eyes.
Love that. Well, listen, we know you're a coach, right? We know, well, maybe people don't know, but I like to have a little kick as well.
Well, you sent me a video the other day.
What did you reckon?
Did you bring the Preds or not, though?
Do you know what? I've left the Preds in London, man, so right. I haven't got the Preds.
He sprayed this ball, look. It was heavy.
But then they pass it back to the keeper. Jack was at the game, he saw it.
Wasted.
I'm like, what are we doing this for? So you're going to put me through my paces.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute honour, mate, to genuinely sit down with you like this. It's not every day you can sit down with a former Liverpool player and just have that really open chat. So much respect for you, bro. Honestly, bro, so much respect. Should we get into this? What have you got planned for me?
Let's see. What are we going? Are we going right and left foot, or are we going just use your strong foot?
What do you reckon, chat?
Okay, we go right strong foot.
Go on, we'll do both.
Okay.
Oh, well, actually, I
might embarrass myself though with the right foot.
Left and right foot, I'm being tested on here. Massive shout out to LFC Retail for supplying this absolute beauty training gear. I might look like one of the players. Let's see if I am like one of them. What's your predictions, Ad? Am I going to be good at this?
Depends how fit you are, to be honest.
Yeah?
That's what it'll depend on.
Jesus, not looking forward to this.
Lovely. Hey, it's not a bad whip. Did you make a little deal over there, though, did you? What? I see you there, a little talking there. Ooh. What?
Yeah,
I'm going to be nervous now, you know. Take that one.
Oh. Ooh. That's like the Drogba technique, isn't
That's it, but make
like side foot top spin. Yeah. I'll do the Gerrard face as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
you've really got a bit, haven't you?
Top left.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my word.
Oh, it's just ended there, man.
Bro.
Oh, my God.
Cut. And I called it.
What? I'm going to get loose here, you know.
He defo thought I was going there then, didn't he?
Yeah.
I sent him the wrong way.
He's getting off.
He's in the middle now, look. He was there before.
Laddie. Whoa! Hey, I'm in trouble, you know. Wait, 1, 2, 3, and then shoot, yeah? Okay. 1, 2, 3, shoot. First or second, which one will be?
You know what, I'll set the pace, mate.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I'll set the old pace.
There. No more. Over we go. Go. 1 touch finish. Oh! In. Come in. Yes. There. Finish. He's got dink. Let's go. Over we go. There. Touch finish. Good. Did a dink. Great save, Connor. Yeah. 2 touch only. Touch!
Oh.
Yep! Oh my God! Let's cut this, I want a second one. Yeah, yeah, on the left.
Finish!
To the ladder. Yes, please!
Sent him.
Yes! Great ball.
Oh.
Yeah, yes! Good finish.
Oh.
Save over the hurdles.
Shit.
Good, then a one touch finish. Finish! Here we go. Oh, loved it! Come in. Yes, set. Good, there, finish. Oh, he's doing it again. Doing it again, mate. Touch and finish. Oh, touch, there's not a shout.
Fucking hell.
Touch.
Two though.
Great finishing. Yes. Yes, yes. There.
Oh.
Yep. Oh, he's killed me. Reverse gone. Don't go for them, lad.
Oh, strike.
Good. Off we go. Good. One touch finish. Good. Nunes. Set. There. Finish. Lovely, Kane. Here we go. Remember, take a touch first. Here we go. Take a touch. Finish. I can't think. Let's go. Keep working. First time volley gets two.
Ah. There's one.
There, yes, nice. One here, yes, 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 yes. There, into there. Light one, light one, light one. There you go. There.
Taking the piss.
2 feet. Yeah, there. Oh, I knew he knew.
Got a score.
All on this one. Ah! Tenacon, well done. Want a couple of Tonys? Couple of Tony pennos?
Yeah.
3 will do, yeah?
3 each. Yeah. Pens. Go on, more, go. Oh, it's like Gillingham. Away.
Gillingham. The chair's not off this time, no.
Up the Glovers.
Oh, bit of everything that though, you know.
Oh, it's taking the piss. See that?
Eugenio. Same corner, that's the corner, great pen.
Oh,
I knew!
Even I knew you were going to do that, bro. Wait, what one? Give me one I should do.
Who's Salah? Salah, the outside one, just start in the middle. Come on, the outside. Yeah. There you go. Oh. One more, I won't cost, just last one. This one I can just stay here all day now, though. Honest.
Oh, you're not saving them, bro. One more for me.
Oh, he waited, didn't he?
No.
Excellent.
We'll go.
Really good. Thank you for having me.
Massive shout out to Connor in goal. He's going to be a big star one day. Come here, Con.
Nice one, Con.
Listen, mate. thanks for going in goal today. Best strike, best goal you've conceded today?
Oh, thank you. Look at the cameras are rolling on that one there.
Luckily they were. Listen, you just left Tranmere. I want to see you back out there. You're 20, you've got your whole career ahead of you. What's the ambitions for this season?
Play as many games as possible.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I was saying to him, it doesn't matter as a goalkeeper. There's no like lifespan, isn't it? So we did, mate. I've been training with him now probably 8 weeks. Honest to God, the improvement I've seen in his fitness-wise and how much he wants it and how much he's ready. The kid only needs a chance, I swear down, and he'll be top goalie for anyone this year.
Love to see
Apart from against me.
Are you red or blue?
Red.
Good lad. You're welcome back anytime. Listen, what a pleasure it's been being down here. Shout out to Simpsons for having us in your local area where you coach. If you want to...
And the Flux boys, thank you for them.
as well, yeah. Friend of the Kop TV as well. If you want to get in touch with Adam to organise coaching, we're going to put the link in the description. But once again, I'm knackered here. You've done me. But once again, massive thank you both for being so honest, so open, allowing us to come down into your world and understand a little bit more behind it. Honestly,
thank you
amazing
so much,
story, bro.
Thank you very much.
Really hope
Thanks,
everything
everyone.
works out. Take care. See you on the next video. Jesus Christ.
Knackered
Is
on
there a
that
nice
one.
bath anywhere?